You hear that sound? That is the sound of being an autograph collector. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm gonna show you the tools of the trade for obtaining in-person autographs. I had been a grapher since I was 14 years old. I'll never forget it. My first autograph experience, I'm at the Clippers Sacramento Kings game. Blake Griffin's warming up. I can't have no access, can't get his autograph. Jason Thompson from the Sacramento Kings comes over, signs my ticket, and I fall in love at first sight. Today, we're gonna talk about what pens, autograph experiences, and more. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Welcome to another Vlogmas episode. Don't forget, please drop a like. Don't forget to comment, and please, for the love of God, make sure you're subscribed, all right? I'm gonna give you guys the tools of the trade. It's a video I've been wanting to do for a while, and I've talked about it before, but we're gonna get a little more in depth. Let's go. I wanna give you guys a huge tip, and it involves autographs. So I obviously collected autographs, and if you wanna ask me what colors and how to get autographs, I'm gonna give you kind of a little tip here. I've just been kicking on it. So I signed some of these cards for you guys, right? They look great. If I sign one of these cards with a paint pen, it's gonna bleed in or bubble. I use baby powder, right? Baby powder will take some of the gloss off. And if you're a PSA snub where you want to get a 10 condition card, let me tell you something. If you're getting a card signed at a private signing or at a game, I'm pretty sure that card ain't getting a 10 unless you're handling that thing with super care. And if you do that, congratulations. Obviously, sometimes you can get a 10 condition. It's just really hard with how many hands touch the card and the player grabbing the card or you putting the card in a holder. Baby powder on any glossy card, right? If an NBA Hoops card or a Topps 89, you don't put baby powder on those. Those are the surface, you can tell. Something like this mosaic, look how glossy this is. You're gonna wanna put baby powder on this card. You're literally gonna put the baby powder on, rub it off. And the reason why is because when let's just say Aaron Rodgers signs this, it's gonna bubble, it's gonna do a couple things. We wanna take that off. That's what baby powder's for. And that's a tool of the trade. I've used it for 10 years. That's the first tip. Another tip, when you're getting cards signed, you can use blue Sharpie or black Sharpie. There's a video of Patrick Beverley freaking out saying he doesn't sign in blue because people sell it. If it's in blue or it's in black, they're gonna sell the autograph. If it's in silver, if it's in yellow, it's in pink, it doesn't matter. I do think there is a thing where someone said if it's signed in blue, they can copy the signature. I'm pretty sure anybody can do whatever they want, but it's like people's head, it's like a thing. So I'd say carry a blue Sharpie and a black Sharpie. Trying to get cards signed in these paint pens like this, it's always risky. I'm in a calm setting signing these cards for you guys, right? The athlete, should they sign, is gonna just go over, grab a marker and sign like 20 autographs. By the time they get to you, it might not look great. So they're not always gonna take your marker. I am in love with Pristine right now. Look at these. These are 9 minutes left. They got some cool stuff on here. Devin Witherspoon, this is only at $1. Their 10-minute auction's pretty good. I've gotten a couple of cool things off this 10 minutes. Sometimes it'll rise up, but Pristine has their 10-minute auction. I'm gonna see what they have in the daily. There might be something. Oh my. Dude, there's no way. Okay, this Taylor Swift, I'm just gonna talk about this for a second. It's at 578 with 6 hours left. I'm gonna tell you right now, I bet you this ends at like 2,500 to 3K. We'll check later. So it's interesting. Somebody cut the signed CD and put the picture into an acoustic pick guard and put it on a guitar. Think about it. If you bought the CD and you buy that blank guitar, buy the CD for 20 or for $100 something, get a blank guitar, authenticate it with JSA, PSA, or Beckett. I mean, it's already at 678. I feel like this guy's turning up right now. That's a great profit. And it hasn't even ended yet. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, check this out. They've got a ton of stuff. The 12 Days of Christmas. They're doing a give back auction. Got a Kobe Bryant autograph. Some good stuff on there. 86 Fleers stickers. So check out Pristine. I put my link down below. I'm gonna bid on some stuff. I really like this Ronaldo. It's Beckett authenticated. It's at like 5 something. I don't know. My peak price on that, I'd probably pay like $750, but I've always wanted a signed jersey of him. So check out the link. We're talking about memorabilia. So obviously they have memorabilia on Pristine. Check them out. It's sick. If it's a 7:30 game, you want to go into your arena whenever it opens, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Typically for Kings Arena, I'm pretty sure it's like 5:36 and it's first come, first serve. You sit by the tunnel. I've been on this since I've been 14. I never in my life paid for expensive tickets to get autographs. If I'm going to a game and I want to sit in nice seats, now of course I do, but I would buy $10 tickets and run down. They were screaming at me all the time. I used to get in so much trouble at the arenas because I didn't abide by the rules. I I did everything in the book to get autographs. I was willing to do anything. I met Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, Ty Lawson when he was a big deal, Brandon Jennings, James Harden when he was crazy, Jeremy Lin, the list goes on, right? And I was willing to go to any length for the autographs. So the key there is, you know, if it's a 7:30 game, find out when the arena opens, go down to the tunnel, have your card. All I'm gonna do is share my experience. Basketball, some people say, ooh, get him signed in black Sharpie. I've got 5 basketballs in my room that are fading from black Sharpie for the last 10 years. I always use silver, a silver deco. Silver Sharpie's okay. I'm not crazy. Just buy a silver deco broad large. And I'm not telling anybody if you have a basketball signed in black that it's like the end of the world, but it's just like, I personally have basketball signed in silver for the last 10 to 15 years that still look great. And this is just the way I do it, right? Everyone's different. You can get it signed in yellow if you want, but it's not gonna look great. Silver on a basketball. Jerseys, this is a key. I've said these tips in a couple videos, but sometimes they get lost. Not everybody watches these videos. Jerseys have to be signed in black Sharpie or paint pen. If you use blue Sharpie, you better get rid of the jersey because that thing is not gonna look good. It is going to fade and bleed into the jersey. I don't have the science behind it. All I can tell you is my personal experience. I have a Dwight Howard signed All-Star jersey that was bleeding into the jersey, and I had some guy next to me like 10 years ago tell me, bro, that is gonna fade. You're making a huge mistake. Why'd you get it signed blue? I'm like, no, it's not. It's not gonna fade. I know what I'm doing. And 5 years later, it faded. I sold for 50, and I probably could have sold it for like 250, or I could have framed it, right? Whatever your reason for getting autographs, if you want to sell them or keep them, everyone says they don't sell them. Everyone ends up selling autographs. It happens. You have 20 autographs, you're gonna sell one to keep one, right? You gotta pay to go to the games, pay for the experiences and travel, right? Unless you're independently wealthy and you just want to keep your collection, incredible. I haven't seen that happen. I personally like to keep a lot of my autographs, but I will sell. And you can click my eBay link. Shameless plug, I have been selling some of my extra memorabilia, my Funkos, my jerseys, my basketballs. Occasionally I'll throw up some vinyls, but I have a great collection that I know some stuff, I'm just like, you know what? It's served its time. It's time to move on with the collection stuff. Baseballs, don't use those cheap 99-cent baseballs. It's a $15.99 to $20 Rawlings official Major League Baseball. It's got Manfred on there. Use that baseball when you're getting a player's autograph. And if any players are watching this and you want to talk to your teammates or any professional athletes that are having a hubbub right now, I'm not saying this for people to sell. I'm saying it so the autographs preserve it and they can actually, like, let's just say you want to pass it down to your grandkids and then their grandkids. The autograph, no offense, but half the Babe Ruths are looking okay, but that's not the case all the time. There's a lot of autographs that have been mishandled and misplaced. The more you touch a baseball, the more oily it's gonna be. Look up a Mickey Mantle signed baseball. You wonder why it's all yellow stain? It's from the oils in the hands. I am an OCD perfectionist when it comes to autographs. I'm a freak. I'm an absolute freak. I have these, I've done it for 10 years. It's like somebody that studies history or someone who travels to Mecca or like, you know, Brazil and studies like why the oil's good or something. Like, it's a real thing. If you've done something for a while, you just start to know the tools of the trade. It's to preserve the signatures. You either do it right or you do it wrong. If you do it wrong, you're shit out of luck. I'm sorry to say it. You're not gonna have quality autographs and they ain't gonna be passed down. The grandkids will appreciate them, but are they really gonna appreciate them? There's a method to this madness, right? And once again, not an expert. You might be asking yourself, well, what should I get signed? I love rookie cards. Rookie cards are great. It's a timeless moment. It's the first time a player's ever been on a card. I've always liked rookie cards. I also like certain sets, like this Fleer. I remember this Fleer 04. I wasn't collecting during this time, but it was 04, 05. I love the jersey that Paige is wearing. Probably could have gotten Paige to sign that, but it is what it is. It's a card. It's whatever you want to get signed. Jerseys are pretty expensive. Basketballs, 30, 40 bucks, hard to carry around. I've had larger items I can't store anymore that are just a pain in the butt. So, you know, pick your poison, whatever you want. I love getting cards and Funkos signed. That's my thing. They're licensed, it's easy, and it's low cost. It's not that expensive. You can have some fun with it. So, you know, if you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, if you have any other questions, I don't have all the answers. I don't know where you autograph at. I don't go out and get autographs every day anymore. I used to graph like a maniac. I don't have time for that stuff. I just don't have as much time as I used to. But I want to address this because I've had a lot of people ask me, how do I get autographs? What should I use? What do I do here? Watch this video and send it to everybody you know so they can like have like a general idea. There could be a better paint marker, but I'm just telling you from my experience, I have used these. I sign autographs with these and they work. Prismacolor, pour one out for them. They're done. But I mean, They had great silver markers. Once again, if you want to get your jersey signed in blue, fine. If you want to get your baseball signed in Sharpie, fine. Baseball, you're going to get that official Major League Baseball. I messed up. You're going to use a blue Bic or a blue ballpoint pen. Blue ballpoint pen. And when you get it signed, you're going to have to store it away, right? You're going to have to store it in a closed area. And, if you want to showcase it off at Christmas, fine. But I got my Koufax locked up. I've got so many signed baseballs I have never shown that are just like, I have my Mickey Mantle full sig with the inscription, his number. That's gone. Like I put those away. They're not here. They're in a dark area, dark location, cold, stored perfectly. That's my spiel about autographs and autographs collecting. It can be a process. I really want to give people tips. Like I should say, I don't want people to get too wrapped up in like, this is the way things have to be done and I'm the guru. I've seen it, I've heard it, watched mistakes happen. I watch people without the cap on the Sharpie. I mean, that's a yikes. Whenever you see someone with the cap off the Sharpie, you ain't getting a good autograph. I mean, and I'm not being mean, I'm just telling you the truth, right? Then I will say this last thing. There are times when it's out of your control where you can't get the right pen. It is what it is, right? Luka Doncic, when he's signing autographs, the security guard watch the videos. He hands him a black Sharpie, and that Sharpie, you hope, Luka, if you're watching this, please use good Sharpies. You hope the Sharpie's good. Sometimes the Sharpie's garbage. I got a Luka Prism signed rookie, and the marker went through 100 autographs. By the time it got to me, I look at it, it's a PSA 6 autograph. And it's out of my control. I'm happy I got Luka. Can't control it, right? So sometimes it's out of control and you gotta be okay with that. So I hope this helped. If you have more graphing questions or autograph questions, I can help you there. If you wanna find out where the team's staying, I can't figure that out for you. That is a whole nother ball game. It's past my pay grade, past my experience. But go to the game and get the autograph, start at the game, learn your way. You're probably gonna encounter people that are regulars that don't want you to be there because you're new. It's a part of the deal, all right? You gotta earn your stripes. When you see autograph people, and there's probably a bad connotation there. I know Pat McAfee, and I know some people harp on them, the professionals, and I get that. Even I'll say from my experience, a lot of graphers are very witty. They've been doing it for a while. They don't like new people, and it's because the more people, the reason why that's a thing is because the more people, less autographs, which isn't always the case. Sometimes the more people, it can be better, but it's a taboo conversation that's never been talked about really at like a public level. So I'm willing to address the fact that when I first got autographs, I wasn't as accepted, but I was also kind of a punk when I went in there and I wanted the information, I wanted all the info, and nobody was giving it to me, and I was really resentful. So I learned my lesson. But if you're new, don't make the mistake I did. Go keep getting autographs. Be nice to everybody. If they're not nice to you, be nice anyway, and be respectful. And when someone doesn't sign, remember, they don't owe you anything, but the fact that you go out there and put the time in, if you have a good gift to gab, which is if you're a good talker, you can get anything you really want. Maybe not LeBron James because he's one of the toughest autograph signers in the world. So with that, that's the how to get autographs 101 tips, whatever you want to say. And I hope you guys enjoyed that.